Today's exhibition is celebrated under the theme the Adinkra symbol, which is a very specific symbol from Ghana. Yes, the symbol is used on pottery, on logos, on artwork in general. A lot of times when you see fabric from Ghana, you can tell just by the symbols, and those symbols are the Adinkra symbols. We're going to be talking to Miss Shiri Achu Art, who is the creator of this project that we're celebrating today, the 41 in print exhibition. Well, let me give you a little heads up about Shiri Achu. She is a multi-award winning Cameroonian painter whose works of art are presently found in a lot of celebrity homes. That should tell you the kind of artist she is. I'll just name a couple of artists, a couple of celebrities who have a Shiri Achu art in their closets. The first one is Cameroonian football celebrity, the number one Mila Roger. His Excellency. He owns one of Shiri Achu's arts. Talk about Angie Stone. You got it right. She owns a Shiri Achu art. Talk about Brandy. Oh my goodness. That just goes to tell you what this lady does paintbrush. Now, without wasting much time, let's meet Shiri so she can tell us a little bit more about the exhibition we're going to be watching today. Let's go.
Hello, hello,
Talk about African beauty personified.
You look
She
beautiful.
represents Africa in a very stylish and symbolic way. Oh my goodness. Girl, you
Girl.
are looking, I don't know, words fail me.
I'm trying to show a little bit of legs here.
You are just exquisite.
Thank you.
I love how you mix
Thank
up
you.
the little details, the
Thank
earring,
you. Thank
the
you.
hat. Oh my God.
You
Girl.
look fabulous yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us on
Yes.
this day. It's
Yes.
day 5.
It's day 5.
Woohoo! How are you feeling about the exhibition
Oh,
so
it's
far?
been great. It's been awesome. It's been so awesome.
Mhm.
Yes. So
I know
yeah.
you've been talking to a lot of beautiful people. What has been your take from all of these people who made it?
No, I've just
a
been
date?
honored. I'm so honored to have received, all the special guests we've had so far. It's just been a wonderful experience being able to do this, virtually, having an exhibition virtually and showcasing my pieces, which can actually go, everyone is worldwide. So it's amazing opportunity, COVID has come and done something to actually be able to do this virtual exhibition.
They
which-
always say it was a disguise, a
Exactly.
blessing in disguise,
A blessing
right?
in disguise, exactly. So yes, it's been fantastic. I've enjoyed the whole experience so far.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were supposed to be in Tokyo. Can you believe that? But here we are doing 41 in print worldwide. So it means a lot more people get to see us at the same time.
Exactly.
So Shiri,
yes,
what is going to be happening today? It's day 5.
day 5.
What should we expect to see?
So today is the Adinkra symbol.
Ooh.
Adinkra
Yeah, Adinkra symbol from
Yes,
Ghana.
from Ghana. Yes. So as you can see, I think
Yeah.
the piece is here. This is Adinkra symbols I love because they're the ways that years ago, the way they used to communicate.
Right.
So they formed these beautiful symbols, and it's just nice to be able to to have a symbol that showcases something. So for example, this piece over here, the
Yeah.
orange one, is beauty. It's an Afro comb, but so we all know that we comb our hairs with the Afro
And
comb.
we all know our kinky hair.
Our kinky hair. So this symbol actually means beauty. The green one over here is unity. You can see the two shapes that form together like this. It's unity. So it's just great to be able to use the symbols the way that they were. And
To
that's
tell
great.
our
I mean, they're all
stories.
positive. Like this one over here it's greatness.
Oh
Why
my
wouldn't you
God.
want to have a symbol that shows greatness?
That's my son's name. I just
Exactly.
love that name. Greatness.
Exactly.
So
This one is the
amazing.
red one. It's means greatness.
Oh
So
my God.
it's just wonderful to be able to use these symbols and create art through them. So people can actually buy and have this positive, beautiful symbols in their homes.
That
Yeah.
is really, really amazing.
Yeah.
Guys, you need to stick around. Shiri's going to be talking to a special guest. He comes from Cameroon. His name is Blake Bassi. All right? So we're going to be talking to him.
Yes.
Why did you choose to talk to Blake Bassi specifically?
Oh, Blake, he's a very dear friend of mine. I love his music. As you will, I think when I go, I'm probably going to tell him that I love his music, because I do. But yes,
Alrighty.
I love him.
So Blake Bassi was born in Mintamba in Cameroon. He began singing at the age of 3, waking up at 5 a.m. every day to rehearse
Dedication.
with his other siblings and children around the village.
He's still as dedicated as he is till today.
Right. He then went on to create the Makas group, and a lot of people from Cameroon would know the Makas group, and this band was able to tour Cameroon and other countries for almost 10 years until they won an amazing prize, the Prix Élysée Musique du Monde in 2001, which then convinced Blake Bassi to immigrate to Paris, France, after performing in a small venue, a lot of small venues, of course, where he secured recording deals for his first 2 albums. So you're going to be getting a little chit chat with
Yes.
Blake Bassi,
Yes.
and when you come back, we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Okay.
I
All
must
right.
say you're looking smashy, girl.
Oh, thank you.
And
You too. Thank you.
so we'll see you right after this.
Okay. Lick, that's C.
Yeah,
How
how are
are
you?
you? I'm good, thank you. Hold on, I'm just trying to adjust something right here.
Okay.
Long time no see. I love your glasses.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm great. What about
Good.
yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. How is
That's good.
France?
Yeah, France is there. Lockdown.
I know, I know. You know, I love, okay, we don't have much time. So we have like 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to just jump in and ask you some questions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I love your music, right?
Yeah.
Why did you choose the genre of music? Why cultural? It's cultural, but with tell the audience about you and your music before we go into some art stuff.
Yeah, I'm from Cameroon and I'm artist, musician, also a writer. Now I'm trying to become a movie director
Oh,
because,
really?
yeah, because I think that if we want to change, our people, it's mainly through cinema, and that cinema is really an amazing, weapon to change the mentality, to change, to tell the story. Because I think the really important thing we have to do is to tell our story by ourselves, and this is through cinema, and this is what I'm trying to do also with my music. I think as musician is who was born in Cameroon and grew up in Cameroon. I think uh, uh, my goal is really to just spread the world with the history from my country, because people don't really knows about us. They think that they have some cliche, and the idea is to do what USA did. For a lot of people worldwide, USA is just an amazing, beautiful country. And when you arrive there, you can see that it's completely something different, because it's a country where you can be successful, but where also you can see people dying because they don't have anything, and where you don't have the beautiful sharing we have in our countries, where everyone is helping each other. And so yes, I think it's
So
really
that
important to,
so that was
yeah.
my first question about, your aim. So one of your biggest aims and desires is regarding culture, is exposing the culture. And that's why you also travel around the world and you're doing what you're doing. Similarly to what I do with my art, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Because I think our people need a role model as well. They really need to see that they can make it, and if we are making it, I think the new generation will think that they can also make it. So we have a huge responsibility to make things in a really beautiful way, and being ourselves. And for example, when Apple chosen my song for iPhone 6 advert,
Woo!
you
What?
know, yeah,
Nice.
and at iPhone 6 adverts, I was singing in my mother tongue.
Mhm.
And for me, this was the most beautiful thing, to make people from our country understand that, guys, I'm singing in Bassa and they are choosing this, for the
Exactly.
advert. So I don't
Exactly.
need to change who I am just to be, you know,
Exactly.
so I
Yes.
really have to just be real, be who I am, and people
Exactly.
will love it because we are
Authenticity.
beautiful.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I came to the one of your concerts that I saw in New York, and I saw
Mm.
the line of people who were queuing to get your autograph, and they were like, "You see, you didn't have to change who you were. You were singing in your beautiful Douala, and it was just beautiful, and people were there, and so yeah, we don't have to change. We have to embrace our culture. We have to keep, and in fact, we have to be so proud of our culture that we want to share it to the world,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. I really think that we're lucky to believe um, uh, to come from this amazing country, amazing continent. We are so lucky because when you have in another perspective, when you watch our continent, you understand that this continent is completely um, in harmonize with the nature, with the universe, and that we still have a lot of things what can make people understand that it's amazing just to see how we are, that with our hair the sun cannot burn us, with our colors nothing can. Yeah, we are
Yes.
the prototype of the human being. How the
Yes.
prototype of human being don't trust, don't believe to himself and thinks that he's poor or he's nothing. So what I'm trying to do is really to remind our people that, guys, you're a prototype of human being, and as a prototype of human being, man
Yes.
or
Yes.
woman, you
Yes.
are a queen and you are a king. So you
Exactly.
have to understand this, and when we're gonna understand it, everything, our continent will be really standing in a beautiful way.
You know that every year I travel to a new country to expose the culture, right?
Yeah,
And of course, the reason why I'm doing this now is because I can't travel. I can't have a big exhibition somewhere because of COVID.
yeah,
That's the reason why I'm doing it virtually, because I have this passion that I have to take culture to all these different countries and expose, because I am so proud of being Cameroon and being African. I want
yes,
people to see this. I want people to be proud of themselves. It's about taking ownership of yourself and being proud of who you are, you know.
yes,
But of course, I
absolutely.
speak of I speak of Cameroon because that's where I'm from, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
think we have to build everything from our tradition, from our roots. And if we build everything from our roots, we just has to look at Chinese. They're building everything from their roots. And every country, every space where what is building everything from the roots can fail, and because you just fail where when you don't have roots. And even when you look at the trees, you will see that a tree just can be standing because of the roots. Without any roots, it won't be standing. So it's the same with human being. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So poetically said. I like that poetics. So let's go to art. Talk about one that speaks to you.
I was saying that for me, it's like choosing what is the most beautiful songs of my stuff. For me, everyone is telling his own story, and the story is completely different.
So, in regards to art, how important do you think art is, or African art in this? How significant do you think this, art is, and also does it influence your work?
Yeah, I think art, it's the way of life. I think as we're living in a, 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 a country, a continent, a world where they're trying to kill every singularity, every um, the fact that we are unique and that everyone is just uh, 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 being free. For me is being an artist, because they could uh, let us just show and draw the world how with the perspective we are having.
Yeah.
And because we are artists, they can accept this. But for me, I think every human being has to just be in living in his own way. And I publish. I'm supposed to be performing in Cameroon next month, and on my Facebook, I put a picture of mine saying that I'll be performing in Cameroon. I have a lot of comments, but a lot of beautiful comments, but also a lot of comments about my why I'm wearing this, why I'm having this, and why
Are
this.
you serious? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
with a lot of judgment, and
Oh my
sometimes in a
goodness.
really in a really bad way, without any respect. And
They're going to ask me why I'm wearing only one earring. Why do I have a
absolutely,
feather?
yeah, yeah. So, but for me, it's remind me why I'm doing this. It's really to make them understand that we are unique, and the you are thinking that you're free. You're not free, because everything is built that people has to be in the standard, live in the standard way. And for me, this is art, because art can allow us just to express what we, the way we are seeing life. Just
Exactly.
something is coming inside ourselves in the world where everyone is having the same job, speaking the same way, wearing the same, and the artists are allowed just to express really what they're having in the stomach.
How significant is African art, painting? How do you think that, how does that matter? But speaking about painting, how does that also influence your craft as a musician?
When I arrived in France, I had some question to myself that how can I connect with people who don't understand what I'm saying? And the one of the things came was painting. Like you can see a painting, and you can have gums. How do you call it? Gums bumps. Yeah.
Goosebumps. Yes.
Goosebumps.
You like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my
Yes.
God. Yes.
Exactly. Without any word, without
Yes.
any sounds, nothing. Just seeing something. So I told to myself that if this is possible, that means that there is a language. What can be uh, 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 spoke without any sound. It's emotion, it's a vibration, it's an energy. So it's also how people, because when you're creating something, you have your perspective in what you're creating, and your inspiration, but when you finish, people who are watching it will put something else inside what you have created, and it's going to speak to them in another way,
Yes.
what you cannot imagine. And for me, this really inspired, painting really inspired me about how I can write my music. Finally, I understood that I don't
Awesome.
need that the language doesn't matter. The most important thing is the emotion, it's the feeling, the vibration I have to put in everything I have. And for me, painting, it's another way to write,
Yes.
and
Yes.
when you see in our
Another way to speak.
tradition, to speak, exactly, it's a language,
The
you know,
language. Yes.
it's a language, yeah. And for me, it's a really, that's why, and in the life we're living, the era we're living today, the images have a lot of impact,
Right. Exactly.
with when you see in YouTube, and everything now is with the images. The first one is called Grand Calais. Grand
Okay.
Calais is the name of the guy who
Yes.
um who
Nice.
created Independence Cha-Cha, this song.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. And
nice.
I'm gonna show you what this looks like.
Mhm.
And this is the box.
Oh, beautiful. So
Yeah.
it's like a three-dimensional. Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Nice. So he painted the surface behind, and then he placed this. It's like a three-dimensional. That perfect.
Yes.
Beautiful.
We just printed the paint. We
Yes.
print it and we
Yes.
put it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Beautiful.
here you have the song.
Oh, wow. Awesome. I need to do that with your music.
So
I
with this,
love it.
we're gonna sell it to help. The benefits will go to the
To
elders,
help the
artists.
elders. Oh, that's beautiful.
Retire, yeah.
That is so beautiful.
And we're gonna
Thank
sell it in
you.
museum, like arts, in museum.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Exactly. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So, of course, we've been going through the pandemic, the 2020, 2021, and how has, I know it's an obvious question, but how has it impacted you as a musician?
This moment was a special moment for me, because at the at the beginning I was like, oh my God, this is complicated for me. How can I? Because I was just released my last album, and I had a lot of shows, and what was canceled.
I remember that time.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And finally, I started living um, in this period without making any shows, and it's completely brought me back where how the life could be really beautiful. Because during something like 6 or 7 years, I was up almost every day at 6 o'clock. I have a train at 6:30. At 7, I have a plane at 8, and living like this with
I know,
with
I
your
know. And we could
schedule.
never speak. You were always so
Yes,
busy. I can't talk. I know.
exactly. But also that if I miss a train behind me, I have 20 people who are working for me. What want to be paid because of this, because of the fact that I have missed a train. So coming back in another life where I have a lot of things to do, but I can wake up. I want to make it at 10 a.m., but finally I'm gonna make it at 2.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, it completely changed my life, but also it's brought me down, and just going outside, watching trees, watching the nature, and then listening the nature, having this life. It's completely changed, and I was really really creative, and this is how I
Oh,
started writing. I'm working on 2 movies actually, and those movies, I wrote those movies when I was in this period, because it was a lot of creativity. And as I'm living also alone, and that we are in a curfew, we were locked down, it really brought me back to myself also, to ask to myself a lot of questions: why I'm living, what is my goal, do I really love
wow.
the life I'm living, or
Yes.
for what, and how can I be more productive, helping people and having
Oh, that's
a good,
beautiful.
a good life, with in the health way. How can I, and this period really really
Oh, that's
helped me
beautiful.
to stop.
To come down, to
Yes,
reflect, to
exactly.
thank you so much for
You're
being
welcome.
here and for
Yeah.
being here at 41 and Prince Art
Yes.
Exhibition.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best in the movies and the project you're doing in Cameroon. Is that the
Yes.
movie thing you're doing in Cameroon? Okay.
Yeah.
And with all the tutoring, you're teaching people to be self-discovery and to be independent. I wish you success in all of that. So thank you
Thank you so
so
much.
Hi, Shiri.
Hi.
I see you blushing.
Yes,
And you were even blushing
that was a
more.
great conversation.
Uh-huh. And I
Yes.
take it that it was just a conversation, because it was a little very,
It was a conversation. 4+1 talk. That was
yes.
yes.
So there's some things
Yeah.
that Blake talked about,
Mhm.
in his, in your chat with
Mhm.
him.
Mhm.
He said about the fact that art and painting to him is more like a way of expressing
Oh yes.
oneself. It's more like a way of writing,
Yes.
or communicating.
Yes.
What you make of that?
Yes.
And as an artist, what actually inspires you
Yes.
to paint?
So I loved it when he said goosebumps. When he mentioned.
He had a funny way of saying
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yes. So it's amazing when art, can have make
That
you
kind of
have
effect on
yes, that
somebody.
can make you have that sort of an effect. That
Yeah.
can cause that kind of an emotion on
Yeah.
someone. So it's just amazing. And of course, Africa, and today's theme of the Adinkra symbol is not only, I'm not only inspired by Cameroon, I'm inspired by Ghana, I'm inspired by, Kenya, I'm inspired by many, 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 many different nations within
Traditions,
Africa.
cultures,
Exactly.
art.
Exactly. So it's not the whole of Africa as a whole. I would love to be able to travel to the north, to the east, to the west, travel to all the African
I mean,
countries.
as you have been doing from
Yes.
35 in
But
print.
I have not traveled as much as I want to be able to paint something, from Ethiopia, and then all the Ethiopians can actually, relate.
Yeah.
And that also, if I take that to another country, that's educating those people about, the culture within Ethiopia. So yes, I've started with Cameroon because that is where I'm from. I've done, Nigeria, and I've done, Kenya, because these are the places that I've been to so far. And this particular, show is about the Adinkra symbol, and I'm very inspired by the Adinkra symbol. So I would love to be able to do this for all the various other countries and their cultures, and just find something that is so unique about the culture, and then paint and then take it
And
even
tell
more.
that story.
Tell that story.
Oh,
even
that's
more.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, there was something else that Blake Bassi talked about. He said about the COVID-19 pandemic as a blessing in disguise.
Yes. Yes.
And he said the reason why he said that is because before the pandemic, he was so overcharged with doing so much back to back.
Oh yes, I remember.
That he didn't really have time to do other things.
Yeah.
But with the pandemic now, he was able to create time to focus on other things and not get to burnout.
Exactly.
So as an artist, painter, mother, architect, all of those hats that you wear beautifully, how do you manage to balance work, motherhood, life, you know,
so
all of that together without
being
burnout? Yeah.
So I think God has given me a special gift of not getting tired. For some reason, I can work, bam, bam, bam. I can work till, especially because I'm very passionate about what I do. I can work till 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm not tired. It's amazing. Like I don't feel the tired because I'm doing something that I love.
That you love.
Yeah. So I can work forever, and then eventually I'll be like, okay, I'm passing out. But because I'm able to sustain and just be so inspired in what I do, I don't typically feel tired. So I can carry on and do all the things that I need to do.
Wow, that is really amazing. Anyways, guys, for all of you watching today and the other days, let me inform you there's going to be winners. So look out for words, look out for numbers, look out for phrases within every single day of the exhibition. At the end of the exhibition, there's going to be 3 winners that would win amazing prizes. So if you missed out on any show, go back and watch it, because there's always something, a number, a letter, a word that could end you a good prize. Right? I want to throw my line that.
I actually want to talk a little more about, what inspires me. Also, not only just exhibiting, I like to also do workshops and paint and sips. Something that also draws people in so they can, hone in on they can also get, try and get more creative. There are a lot of people who shy away from, doing something which actually they may have or they may enjoy doing. And it's, this imprints and workshops that I've done so far, people have come out and said, wow, Shiri, that's, it's been very therapeutic. It's been, so I love being able to do that, for my audience,
Right. And you have something coming up
I have a few shows which will be coming up which people can register
like a
for.
paint and sip.
Yes.
And so, do you want to talk about the criteria for registration?
As long as you love to paint, as long as you love to be creative, as long as you love to do workshop activities, the list, we have specific tour dates that which you'll be able to sign up for.
So guys, if you're that kind of person who loves art, who loves to paint, or maybe if you just want to experience what it could be like being amongst people who are passionate about painting and of course sipping.
And of course, this is specifically
then you want to go register.
This is specifically about Andikra symbols. So the workshops are, sort of structured for Andikra symbols.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And so what they need to do is to go to your website, www.shiriachuart.com
and book a reservation.
Book yourself a registration. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed day 5 of 41 in print worldwide. We had a fabulous time. Take care of yourselves and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Mama, Pingani kiuteme, topele upena be, mama, kalame, mbura yongu bichoyo, hanga ini tuye, nitam, libinu chotam. Mama, pingani kimilong, mintabe ne mapan, pinga moki miningi wakai. Mama ubichoni me mange, ubilep me mimbura. Venir on be war.